It's day 13 at the ongoing 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Welcome to yesterday at the World Cup on Nigeria Superfans Forum. My name is Oluwafemi Ashaolu. Of course, the kind of upset that we've seen at this World Cup is such that we've never seen in a long time at the World Cup. Yesterday was action-packed, was really heart-wrenching for Germany. So James Agberemi joins me via phone, and of course we'll be looking at games that were played yesterday. Unfortunately, we couldn't get carried, but of course the show has to go on. James, you are welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Femi. Always a pleasure.
Okay, so James, I think the best place to start is to look at Germany versus Costa Rica, then Japan versus Spain. You know, when they say only God is all-knowing, you know, I didn't realize until yesterday, because on paper, before that game, you would expect Germany to really whitewash Costa Rica, and of course, you conclude that, you know, Spain will take care of Japan, but it was really difficult. Let's look at Germany, James. I don't know. Before we came on air, I was talking with the producer, and he was saying that it's unbelievable that this star-studded German team are already going home.
Well, it came as a surprise too. After their ouster in the 2018 World Cup, when we have expected them to, learn their lessons and move on from this group. And after the draws are made, at least you expect them to be, at least if they don't finish top of the group, you expect them to finish runners up. People have already picked them and Spain, but at the end of the game, they are going home. I mean, back to back now, which is not something nice to look at. But that's just what this World Cup has been all about: upset everywhere. So it's so unfortunate that their fellow European country, Spain, could not do them a favor, because if Spain had drawn
against Japan, yeah, Germany will have pulled through. Yeah,
would have pulled through. But and what really helped Spain again was the 7-0 bashing
they gave Costa Rica.
Because at the end of the day, that goal difference now counted, and that was what helped Spain too. So Germany, they left it too little, too late. The game that you expected them to win, Japan, they lost. The Spain game, I think they expected them to fight hard against Spain, because Spain is not a small team. But Costa Rica, they did the business, but it was too little, too late. So it's so unfortunate. When you look at the German team, I think it's a kind of a young team, aside from Manuel Neuer, Thomas Muller, Gundogan. I think they have the likes of Musiala, David Brown, and some other interesting young
Ginter and the likes, yeah.
Yeah, so Ginter has been around for some time.
Okay.
Yeah, he has been around, but they just have to start rebuilding, because from what we saw against Costa Rica, I think the likes of Musiala, they are the future of German football. For me, he is the most outstanding player in the German team. So
like at 19.
So shocking that Germany once again failed to go past the group stage. So they have to go back and rebuild and start all over again. So we have to look forward to next World Cup. I know that they are going to qualify again. This time around, they just have to do something very important. But because they've been crashing out of group stage, it's alarming. Italy now. Into the field to qualify for the World Cup back to back.
Yeah.
Germany too, they to qualify from the group stage
back to back.
So that's the most important. That's the interesting thing about this World Cup.
So I can't even remember the last time Super Eagles failed to qualify from the group stages of the World Cup back to back. Well, they said the drawing board is full, so I do not know where the German side will actually begin from. We'll see what happened to the coach, if he's going to resign after this tournament, because he came in to replace Joachim Löw, and you expect that at least he's going to take the team higher. So let's see what happened to Hans Flick. James, let's move to the Belgium versus Croatia game. It was another, well, I wouldn't say lackluster performance from the Belgians, but obviously, James, something is wrong somewhere with this team, whether with the coach or with the team. Like we said during the preview yesterday that a number of players in this German team are not in good in talking terms. But obviously, there is something wrong with this team. And of course, after the game, Roberto Martinez said he had just managed his final game for Belgium. So he threw in the towel immediately. But the coach that will be replacing him, I'm sure the person has his job cut out already because they got knocked out of the World Cup.
Yeah, the Belgian team, they've been, to me, for me, they are the most disappointing team among all the teams that crashed out. I mean, team with so much expectation, you know. They are the most.
James, on the same day, we had Germany and Belgium sent home on the same day.
You know. So for me, the Belgian team, right from the World Go, the game against Canada, they were even lucky that they nicked out a win. So, you know, we thought, okay, maybe because of it's the first game and the Canadians came all out. But from the second game, the third game, they were just not there. They were not just at the races at all. All their big name players, they just failed to lift themselves. And we know we heard about behind the scenes issues, and it's so written all over them on the pitch. They were so lackluster, so lethargic. You know, the Belgian team that we saw in
2018.
How fast, how explosive they were, but this one, as if they dragged them to come and play the World Cup. You know, so there was nothing to write about them. Look at Lukaku. You find you want to make a case for him that
injury
from a long-term injury, but at least you would have nicked one of those chances. Those were begging chances which he missed. I mean, look at one of the worst one that you expect him to even use his chest. It's something similar to what Christian Pulisic scored against Iran. He was coming with full speed, but he made sure that the ball, everything ended into the net. But Lukaku, I mean, he was just so sluggish. He was so angry that he destroyed one of the organizer property, people's property. I hope he's going to pay for.
Certainly, he has to. Certainly.
For damages.
Certainly.
He's going to pay for damages, you know. So whose fault? So which goes to show that there's something wrong with the Belgian team. Something really wrong. No matter how you try to play it down, there was something really wrong. The body language of the players, there was no unity. They were just playing for themselves, you know. So I mean, it's so shocking. I expected them to be one of the teams that were going to light up this World Cup, but as it is, they are already out. So it was a good one for our own Morocco. So,
yeah. You took that out of my mouth. Of course, while Belgium and Croatia played out a barren draw, Morocco was getting the business done against Canada. Though Canada almost almost came back in that game because, but finally, eventually, Morocco pulled through 2-1. And of course, the Atlas Lions, they became the second African country to make it to, of course, the knockout phase. Remember that Senegal did that, then Tunisia have been sent home already. But very good one for the Moroccan side. James, particularly the coach, Walid Regragui, who has faced so much criticism, even from his own people back home before the tournament, because they were saying that he's inexperienced. And I remember Kade has been saying that if you do not give people opportunity, how do you expect them to gather experience? But he has proven at this tournament that he's up to the task.
Yeah, I mean, when did he resume as the head coach?
That was August. August. He took over in August this year.
Just a few months to the World Cup, and look at the achievements he has been able to get. I mean, topping the group that has the
Croatia and Belgium.
Now up and the third place team, you know, and getting 7 points and qualifying top. And this is the second time they will finish top of the group at the World Cup. In '86, they also finished top. So they are Nigeria now. They are the only African countries who top their group on 2 different occasions. You know, so great achievement for them. The game against Canada, it was I think it was a game of 2 halves. They paused the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
The second half, I don't know, maybe they relaxed a bit. They almost.
I totally agree.
Canada almost allowing Canada
to come back into the game.
Yeah, but they were able to hold on, which is very important. And it's a good thing that they finished top of the group. very, 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 very interesting one from the Moroccans. That's why I always say that among the North African teams, Morocco and I say Algeria, to me, they are the two strongest team when it comes to playing at the World Cup. They had the best results from that part of Africa, and Morocco have proved again that they are one of the best teams, when it comes to playing at the World Cup. So they proved it this time around, and doing it with the local coach. I mean, what more can you say? So, congratulations to them, and I hope that they will build on from this.
Okay, and of course, we need to quickly say that Canada, of course, yesterday they became the second country to lose all their 3 games at this ongoing World Cup. Remember, Qatar also achieved that feat, so to say, an unwanted record. Kind of. James, let's look at today's game for Cameroon. We are hoping that maybe a miracle, a kind that we've never seen before, will happen for the Indomitable Lions today. They need nothing less than a victory against Brazil. And if you look at that Brazil bench, I think your heart will fail you. That is players who have not even got the chance to even play at this tournament. And of course, I'm sure Coach Tite will give them the opportunity and they will want to shine. James, you remember we talked about, hold on a second. I remember we talked about Tunisia, France, and we saw Tunisia got the result against the world champions, but unfortunately, the other result didn't go their way. Do you think Cameroon stand a chance against this this killing machine of Brazilians?
Well, one thing I've known about the Brazilian team when it comes to the World Cup is they don't do favors. You have to work hard to get your victory. They don't do freebies. You have to sweat for your own victory. I remember, I think I've cited this example before in the 2002 World Cup. They've already qualified. So all Costa Rica needed was a draw against Brazil to qualify alongside the Brazilians. But the Brazilians hammered them 5-2. And they crashed out. So that's one thing about them. They don't, because now you have some players who have not played in this World Cup. So the coach will want to try them out, and they want to prove a point to the coach that if called upon in the knockout stages, they can do something. So it's going to be a big one for Cameroon. They've never defeated Brazil at the World Cup before. Their first meeting was in 1994. Brazil won 3-0. In 2014, they met again. I think it ended 4-1. This is the third meeting. But now, as if Cameroon have not defeated Brazil before. They did that in 2003 Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
The competition where
Marc Vivian Foy
passed away. Yeah. So Cameroon got the only goal, the shocker. They defeated Brazil 1-0 in the opener. So who say Cameroon cannot shock Brazil, but that Cameroon team compared to this one, there's a huge gulf between the two teams. This Cameroon team, even the game they drew against Serbia, I think it was just the carelessness of the Serbs. I mean, you are 3-1.
3-1 up.
So what you need to do was 3-1. What they needed to do was just hold on, but that will show how poor that team also is. For Cameroon, like I said, with the goalkeeping issue again, we don't know.
Yeah.
So when having all these off-pitch issues, it always find a way to affect.
Okay.
So, like I said, they are not going to have it easy with Brazil, because there are certain players, the likes of Jesus, Martinelli, what's it called?
Rodrigo.
These guys who want. Yeah, there are so many players who want to prove a point to the coach, and which better way to do that? And in an inconsequential game against for them, an inconsequential game against Cameroon. So for me, I'm not too optimistic about Cameroon going through. It's going to be very difficult for them.
Okay. Finally, now we have just a minute to leave the studio. Do you think Rigobert Song should consider perhaps starting Choupo-Moting and Vincent Aboubakar now that they need goals, and also pray that the other results between Switzerland and Serbia go their way? Do you think Choupo-Moting and Vincent Aboubakar should start for Cameroon?
I'm almost surprised that Aboubakar is always on the bench, because aside from the first game, the second game, we also saw the difference he made. He scored one and made an assist. So you begin to ask, why is it that the coach always bring him on in the second half? I think what he needs to do now is, you have to go for a twin strike force. I mean, you need to win. You need to score goals. So you need your strikers to start. I'll be surprised if Abubakar is kept on the bench again. You know, so because for me, he's the most experienced player in that team, and he showed it against the Serbs. And I expect Rigobert Song to start him. You just have to go all out. I mean, there's nothing like playing with caution. You just have to go all out and get a victory. 1-0 victory might not even do it for them. The important thing that, you know, so they just have to try as much as possible to get something out of this game. We know there's going to be very difficult, but we've seen the way this World Cup has gone. I mean, you've seen upsets here and there.
Yeah.
Games that you expect.
That's why we are hoping maybe this one can be another one.
That's what we are praying for, but you know, the football, the way it is, and Brazil, like I said, they're not the type who just assist you to qualify. They have to work hard to beat them. The last time they got in this kind of situation and lost out was against Norway in 1998, which knocked Morocco out. You know, Brazil lost to Norway, which sent the Morocco packing. So let's just hope that scenario repeats itself. But again, Cameroon's destiny is not in their own hands. You have to look at the result between Serbia and Switzerland. So that's why I said it will be very difficult. It's only a miracle that will make. It's only a miracle that will make Cameroon to go through.
Okay. All right, guys. So you've heard it. You've heard it right there. James Agberibe, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you very much, Femi.
Okay, so 2 African representatives will be in action today. Remember, Ghana have a date with Uruguay, and the Cameroon, they have that a very daunting task against Brazil. A draw would be enough for the Black Stars, while Cameroon are condemned to win. So we hope that they will be able to get favorable results today, and we wish them nothing but the best. So tomorrow, of course, when we come around to talk about yesterday at the World Cup, or for yesterday at the World Cup, we'll be looking at the draws for the round of 16, because the tournament is really now, like someone said, he said now the boys have been separated from the men. So we wish the African teams all the best. We heard that CAF president Patrice Motsepe and other executive of that of Africa's governing body in football, they've been going around the African teams to encourage them and motivate them, and I think that is a very nice one. So until later, when we come around to look at to celebrate, hopefully, the victory of the Black Stars over Uruguay, or the favorable result against Uruguay, we'll see you in our review of that game. Bye for now.